You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa Crusaders, welcome to another high energy, no holds barred episode of the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I'm your host, Al Mega, bringing you the best in comics, indie creators, and straight up geek awesomeness, baby. You know what it is. And today we have a guest that's about to rock your world. And I mean that literally, man. Right? This comic book creator has a fantastic book, right? It's a mind-blowing project called Heavy Metal Queen. All right. This one's got all the headbanging, high-octane action you could want, mixed with some pure, unfiltered badassery. That's right. So we're going to be taking a deep dive into this creator's journey from the early days of doodling in the margins to bringing this epic tale to life. All right. So buckle up, grab your battle axe, and get ready for a wild ride into the world of Heavy Metal Queen with the man, the one, the only, the myth, the legend, Kevin Roberts. How you doing, kiddo?
Hey, all right. That was wonderful. Thank you. Feeling good, man.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming on, reaching out to talk to me about your project. I mean, I've been looking through. You guys sent me some art. I mean, fantastic. I just got the books. I wasn't able to read through it, but I started reading the opening. I already started taking a deep dive, and then I heard the pop. Like, he's here. How dare he interrupt my reading? So I can't wait to dig in. I definitely will be sharing my opinion after I read it. But, thus far, based on the imagery you had sent me, it is a beautiful book. But you know what? Enough for that right now, man, because we're gonna have time to tell people about the greatness of the book. But let's take a deep dive about yourself, right? Because every hero, of course, has a fantastic origin story, and us here at Comic Crusaders, we love hearing those. So talk to me. How did you first get bit by the comic bug? Were you a jewelry superheroes before you were even born in the womb, tagging up your mama's belly?
Yeah, far back as I can remember, I asked my mom when I started drawing, and she said probably about 3 years old, just drawing on any and everything. And she made me clean it up, but I had to draw on. She would give me paper and books and everything. And Ninja Turtles is probably my earliest inspiration in terms of like early memories and
early fandom. Gotcha.
Pizza is still my favorite food, but
you and me both, bro. Where you grew up at?
Newport News in Hampton, Virginia.
All right. Yeah, you don't have. Hopefully, you visited New York for some good pizza. Right?
Oh, yeah. I love New York. I love to visit. I got friends up there. Great
you
time.
Go for the pizza. You didn't even go see your friend. He doesn't even go see his friends, folks. He goes just for the pizza. He makes believe. Yeah, I just want to see you guys.
Well, I mean, as long as they know what to expect. We're all on the same page.
Love it. All right, so comics, right? And this heavy metal. We talking some stuff going on right here, right? That's a match made in Valhalla, right? So, what was the moment that made you say, "All right, I need to create Heavy Metal Queen"? Talk to me about that early inspiration behind this project that we have going on.
It's been a little over a year, and I've been making comics. I have a couple of other books out, but I was just kind of in between things, and working a full-time job and just being an adult. And I was playing Armored Core 6. I don't know if anybody who's listening or if you've played Armored Core 6. It came out, I guess it's been 2 years now. And I love giant robots. I've always loved giant robots. So that
you and me both,
new.
Bro.
That wasn't anything new, right? But we've been waiting for years for a new Armored Core to drop. And they finally gave us one. I beat that thing backwards and forwards. And I was in this Facebook Armored Core group, right? And they post memes and they, talk trash and everything. And this one meme and had the lady from that one, one where it's ain't nobody got time for that lady.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
From I was probably 10 years old now. But it was one of those. And it was like when the player character have to do this, that, and the other, and it's a picture of her, and it was like, and that got me laughing. And I was like, wait a minute. What what if that was her? Like, what if that was them? What if the robot pilot is this tired black lady who is just over it, who just does not have time for anybody's bullshit, and it's like,
Yeah.
hold on, I think I got something there,
That,
because
that completely does not give a F anymore, right? Like, you know
I
what? Love it.
well, I started to peel that onion, and now I've got a new comic book, so. That's what got me thinking. It was a funny, throwaway gag, and then I started thinking I was probably on my break at work, and I just started like, wait,
All right. See, as you say that, go ahead. If you could give us the elevator pitch, if Heavy Metal Queen was a rock concert, what kind of headliner would it be? Thrash, classic rock, hardcore,
yeah.
along with the business of hard machinery. What's going on?
So it would be a grab bag and a love letter to the metal genre, right? In terms of tone and energy, right? So there will be uh, so the book is primarily um, it's like a, a an homage to Gundam and other
Hmm.
things, right? And I liked, and the title Heavy Metal Queen is actually this. There's a turducken of references here. There are wheels within wheels of references, right? So we're pulling from the giant robot genre in general. You'll see obvious things, right? And then you'll see, here and there. And then the title, Heavy Metal Queen, is itself a reference to Cowboy Bebop, which
Yeah.
is, I forget which episode it was. I think it's episode 16. I forget. Don't hold me. Um, but she's this trucker lady, right? And that's her nickname. And she's like one of the most badass truckers on the road on the trucking circuit. And that the episode itself is, lined backwards and forwards with heavy metal music. But I wanted to weave that into the character style and her how she carries herself and the kind of things she's into, and um, it's drip feeding in the beginning, right? Um, it's still establishing and setting up the universe and everything, and but then as we introduce the villains and the wider conflict, you really start to see the heavy metal influences and references and nods and everything. And
Love it.
I'm still kind of like debating on like, oh, how do I want to title each issue? Do I want to make each issue titled like a heavy metal song, like reference, like, or like I'm like, because I'm working on issue 2 right now, so I'm
Nice.
like, do I want to take it that far? Because then people are going to be looking for it, and you know, so every single aspect of it. I'm thinking like, how can I make this like more metal, right? Even her
Oh,
name, Regina, Mercury Regina, is heavy metal queen. Mercury, heavy metal, and Regina meaning queen. So
hey.
I'm like,
Love it.
I'm in it, right? So
I love it. I dig it. All right, so talk to me. What's the weirdest or wildest inspiration that found its way into the book? Like, did a mosh pit of robots happen, and lead into a storyline?
oh gosh, I don't know. It's got. I'm pulling from everything I can think of. I want it to be not too like super robot, where the robot can just do anything, and there's
Gotcha.
like
Okay.
it's like basically a giant superhero, right?
Yeah,
Like Gurren Lagann or Mazinger Z or
that's my
those
that's
kind of
my boy
things,
right there. Thank you. You said Mazinger. Thank you.
right?
Thank
Where
you
it's
for
like
saying it the right way.
where he's just a big like he's just a big superhero, right? Like he's just crazy powerful. I don't want to push it too far in that direction. I want it to be like more like Gundam and like Zone of the Enders. I don't know how many of you guys out there played Zone of the Enders, right? But that's one of my favorite games. And but in that kind of real quote unquote real robot neighborhood, as opposed to like so somewhere it's like somewhere in the middle in terms of like what they can do. You know, you have to really balance like what they can and can't do. Like on one end, you have like Mech Warrior, where it's just a tank on legs, right? It's a walking gun platform. It's not like too fancy, right?
Okay.
And on the other hand, you got Mazinger, right, or Gal Geiger, or Gurren Lagann. So like in the middle, you have like Gundam, and a little past that, you have like Zone of the Enders, and kind of trying to weave. That's like where my favorite stuff is, and uh, it's still early, so I don't think I've got anything too crazy in there yet. But I'm
Yeah, but
always looking. Every
it,
day on the way to work, I'm listening to a Sirius XM Turbo, Liquid Metal, uh, Octane.
dig it.
I'm like just
See,
looking
I,
for.
see, I was about to ask you that because, like, for example, when you're drawing a fight scene or something, right?
Hmm.
Like, what are you hearing full on in your head? Is it guitar solos? A
Hmm.
mass? Are you doing like a whole full soundtrack or something? How do you get inspired
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
those scenes?
So I love fight choreography. I love action movies, kung fu movies, and anime where there's a lot of good fight choreography. And I definitely am trying to incorporate that into the book. And I'm always on the lookout for that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
And I when I am drawing that kind of high energy stuff, I definitely am listening to like um, either just whatever's on those stations, or I'll pull up um, like soundtracks that I'm really into, or like the Armored Core soundtrack, or Gundam
Okay.
soundtracks, or stuff like that, and then I'll switch right back to other hard rock and metal soundtracks and stuff I grew up on. Like I know new metal gets a lot of shit, but new metal stuff from like the when I was in high school, like
Yeah, bro.
late '90s, early 2000s type
Yeah,
stuff,
it's good. I,
2010s.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm with you. New
Yeah,
metal shit is dope. What are you talking about?
yeah,
I
I
like
know,
it.
right?
I love it.
So
I'm
yeah,
talking about.
forget those guys.
Yeah,
So
that was my shit too, bro.
uh, yeah,
I love
and
it.
then going back to like '80s early Metallica stuff, and um, even listening to like the parody stuff of like Death Clock, off Adult
Oh
Swim.
man, too funny.
Um, so I'm a little all over the place,
Dig it.
and
Dig it.
but like there's something good, and then like I'm also like discovering, because of the book, I'm wanting to branch out, and I'm discovering new bands. So I'm starting to actually like grow my awareness, my repertoire, because when you probably relate to this. Like once you hit a certain age, I'd say 30 or so, you stop just sitting down and listening to albums, right?
Yeah.
Like you like what you like, and you kind of take that with you, right? So new stuff is always coming out. More stuff comes out every day now than came out in a year in
Hmm.
the '80s, right? So it's like I'm actually wading back into new music. So that's exciting. I'm trying to expand my playlists,
Oh yeah.
and just see
I
what
listen
else
to
is.
everything. I
Yeah.
listen to everything, new and old.
Yeah.
I got my old stuff that I enjoy, but then I go ahead. There's a lot of new cool stuff. You gotta go through it. Like you said, the amount of music that comes out nowadays, and it's not like back in the day. The track doesn't be playing all summer long. It'll play for a couple of weeks, disappears. You're like, okay,
Yeah. And
next hit.
and it's so atomized. Like there's so many subcategories
Mm,
and niches of every genre, rock, rap, whatever it is you're into. There's so many subgenres that everybody can find the very specific thing that they like,
yeah.
and ignore everything else. So and that's a whole nother can of worms. But
Yes, it
it's
is.
like
Let's
you
avoid opening that one.
yeah. So
Right.
so it's like it's interesting to start looking for new stuff, and see what's out there. And then as I'm working, I'm trying to like, especially during the action stuff, right? Because you gotta weave the story together, and then you kind of settle down. But when you start getting into the fights and everything, then you want to get pumped, and you want to start like, you
Oh
want
yeah.
your lines to be quick and energetic,
Yeah.
and that's
Well,
when you really get into the zone.
gotcha. Oh, see, because the style in the book, I mean, it looks like it's ready to jump off the page from what I saw, especially the samples I'm about to show you guys, right? It's like, oh, punch me in the face in a very good way. Dig it, right? So what's your approach to making it feel so dynamic? And I see this, how it started. So this was the original, image in your head of Big Mama?
Yeah,
Dope.
I was sketching, and I just was thinking about, well, how old is she? How she built? You know, how tall is she? How does she style her hair? What does she look like? How is she dressed when she's ready to fight? Like when she's ready to get into her machine? What's her background? And I wanted just and it ended up being like a black woman who is like an engineer and a mechanic. Like she knows her way around a wrench, and but who also like has like computer savvy, right? And when she's off work, she knows how to be stylish, right? So
Did
she's
you
got it going on.
did you base on like maybe any real life rock goddess at all, or is this all up in your head? You built it from scratch like a mixtape then?
Yeah, definitely from scratch. Looking through like Pinterest boards and just online, just looking for um, models
Okay.
and women with like that big hair energy. Like I was
Yeah.
thinking about heavy metal. Like if she's heavy metal, she's got to have the hair, right? So uh, so she's got to have big hair, right? So pushing that and thinking about, okay, what is her overall vibe, you know?
And you could tell on this cover, her vibe is that she is a boss. 'Cause look at her here, strutting her stuff. I love this cover. It's colorful. It pops, man.
Thank you. That's the goal.
And so you did the whole cover. I mean, do you do all
Hmm.
the work yourself, even colors, lines, everything?
Everything. I've done
One
this
man
whole book.
machine.
One
Whoa.
man army.
Oh man, this is my house over here. One man army corps, baby. Holy shit. Awesome, brother. I love to hear that, man. So you took on, yo, man, that must be heavy to kind of tackle.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it like that because I can fuss with stuff until it's ready, right? Until I'm happy with it, right? When you're working in an assembly line, when there's a team, and there's drawbacks and pros to each, right? Everything has its pros and cons. But when you're working with a team, you have your part, and then you got to let it go, right? So if you're
Yep.
pencils and you pass it on to the guy who does the inks, it's done. It's in the mail. You know,
Yeah.
you get he's got it. By the time it gets to colors or letters, you can't be like, oh wait, what if we?
Yeah.
That's you're done. You did your part. They paid you.
Yeah.
So um, hopefully somebody paid you.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Nowadays, yeah, man, have I seen some threads on
the
socials
stories, man.
recently, man? Like, what in the hell? What's up with this company not paying people or not paying them fairly? Holy shit!
Yeah,
So, yeah, much respect to you, man. For you, just you said, "Fuck that." I'm every department,
yeah.
bro.
So the benefit is it's all the work, right? It's not just more work; it's all the work. But
Yeah,
I got to make changes up until I knew this is the best it can be without me having to like redo the whole thing, right? Like this is the best it can be, and I'm happy with it, right? So I finished it. I would say I started actually drawing the book itself, like finished pages,
okay.
last August, and it took me about 3 months on the dot to finish the last page and compile it, and it was done. And I
Amazing.
got some early feedback from my friends, and one of my best friends said he liked it. He just wished there was like a splash page, like right near the end where the action pops off. He wished there was a splash page, and in my gut, I was like, "You're right. It needs a splash page. It needs that page to go off
Yeah,
because you have to balance uh, indulging the story you want to tell and your page count. You don't want
yeah,
your page count to go crazy
If,
because
yeah,
you
even
gotta
though it's your own project, you still got to be very
yeah.
mindful of that.
And if you're trying to print, then you
Word,
really gotta be careful. So I
word.
knew I wanted a beefy issue one, right? So the first issue clocks in at 42 pages, right?
Well, nice.
And I knew that when he told me that, I think it was like at 40 pages. And when he told me that, I was like, yeah, it needs that splash page. It needs it. I know it does. So I had to rework some things. I had to make the page where it the action was, where the action starts. I had to rework it a little bit so
Gotcha.
that when it got to the splash page, it made sense, right?
Okay.
And but I could do that because it's mine and because I'm the one man army, you know, fussing with every little piece of dialogue and composition panel or whatever, until the very end. So that was the trade off, but that was the benefit. So
Understand. And look at this design right here on this robot. Who this? This is dope, yo. Dope looking robot. I want to
yeah,
use
yeah,
this
yeah.
right now.
So we get to see the those three. That's one of the enemy robots. We get to see the three of them in
Oh, that's one of the
action.
bad guys. Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah. Bad guys always look cool.
we get to
And,
see those three in the next issue that I'm about to finish,
oh,
and that's her robot. That's Mercury's robot right there.
yo, bad ass, bruh. For real. Love the color scheme on it too, man.
Thank you.
Ah, well
Had to
done.
try to push that heroic kind of color scheme, right?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. And again, but she still looks scary, even though it's nice, bright colors.
But
Like, yo,
yeah, it still looks
hey,
dangerous.
respect, son. Respect.
Yeah.
Oh, wherepa? Hey.
So
Thank you for joining Real Women in Comics.
hey, I gotta do it, right?
Yeah, bro.
And somebody got to do it. But I did. I don't know if people are watching. You got the mechanic fatigues or what do they call them? Well, coveralls,
Yeah.
mechanic coveralls, and then you got her in the flight suit. It's like the glow up when she gets her own flight suit because she's
Gotcha.
not. She doesn't start out as a pilot. She has to like kind of through plot and happenstance ends up as a pilot.
Oh, dude.
That's another one of the and you can tell by the insignia on the I'm about to touch the screen. You can tell by the insignia in the upper left who their alliance or allegiance is. So that's
Ah,
the
okay.
enemy
I see.
insignia.
Oh, and I just noticed, I love how you did the kind of like the size difference between a person and the size of the robot.
Yeah,
Like that.
people who are paying attention will see the scale. I've got the
Yo,
silhouette of the pilot under the robot, so you can see. Okay, this
see,
thing's.
you had Mr. Messenger and and like a messenger the piloting would go on in the head. Like where
Hmm.
do they pilot from? Are they in the center, the head? Where are they placed?
Yeah, so they're in the chest, either
Okay.
somewhere in the chest and the abdomen.
All right. All right.
And
Cool.
it can vary from machine to machine, but somewhere in there.
Okay, so and again, are you going along the messenger where it's one person, piloting, or are we having teams like Pacific Rim?
Yeah, just one pilot per bot.
All right, bet, dig it. Who this?
This is Victor Holt. He is the ace pilot in the big in the first issue, who's planned. I won't give the store away, but he's the planned pilot for the Bloody Mary, the Abaddon robot.
Gotcha. He looks like really smug, even by the pose. You can
Yeah,
tell.
he's real smooth.
Okay, cool. Dig it, dig it, dig it. Oh man, your bad guys are effing. I gotta see this as toys, bro. I want to see these little models like the Gundam.
No, I want to 3D print these so bad. I don't. I gotta get my models together. I got some 3D models, but they're amateur hour. I gotta clean them up.
Yo, who it is though? Cause now I now this is scary looking, yo.
Yeah, so that is
Whoa.
the main. there's three sisters, right? They're the
Okay.
main villains we run into at first, and that's the leader's robot,
Gotcha.
and that's like
Gotcha.
the all arounder uh, robot, right? Like the green one is the tank, the heavy, and
Yeah.
then the red one is the speedster, and then who's got the fastest attacks and everything, and she's like a close range kind of fighter, and then you've got the Locusus here, who's the all arounder, right? Kind of balanced in terms of speed and power.
The all weather.
Yeah,
He's that one's the all weather tire, and the other one's a seasonal. Let's say,
yeah.
depending on the skill, compare tires. But yeah, this looks so badass. Your design work is fire, bro. I I,
Thanks,
I
man.
I really do dig that. Bet. All right. Ah ha ha.
So here's one of our lady villains, our villainesses. She pilots the red one, the speedster,
Yep. And I like that
and
you got it dressed in white too. Listen, all right. It's like you say, like not all bad guys wear black, well, not all good guys wear white. Dig it. I dig
exactly,
it. I dig it.
because they're the Empire, right? They
Yeah.
think they're the good guys,
Hmm.
right? They think they're doing us a favor, so they, they gonna dress the part, right? They
I,
don't see themselves as these shadowy, villains, right? And they are, but that's not how they see themselves. And you have to think about that. When you're designing villains, it's like, okay, who are you writing this for, right? And
yeah.
then try to make people think a little bit. So they come in, looking like royalty, and they think they're all that.
I hear you. I mean, in the world nowadays, it's even hard to tell who the hell is a good guy and the bad guy in the real world.
Right.
So yeah, you bringing that it's fire. Oh,
Yeah, and that she
badass.
pilots the big blue one, the all arounder.
Oh,
She's the leader.
okay. She look badass for real, bro. What?
And I've got
Yeah.
whole, profiles written for all all of them. I can get into. We'll be here all night.
Oh, well, you got some Marvel Universe style bios and stuff.
Hmm.
Oh, look at that, yo. Nice,
And
nice.
so they all have similar but like different uniforms, where they're all like they're clearly on the same team, but they all cut a little differently to reflect their personality.
Gotcha. It sounds like me and my brothers. We're all kind of similar, but very different.
Yeah,
And here we go. I mean, look at this art, man. Look at this page, son.
yeah. That's page one.
Dude. I mean, just look at that. This is fire. I dig it. Dig it. Dig it. See, that's what I'm
Thanks,
saying,
thanks,
folks.
thanks.
That's what I first saw. Like, ooh, what's going on here? Panel work, look at that coloring, look at the characters. Man, you must have been having some fun though as you were doing this too. And a lot of craft
Man,
hands.
I had so much fun making this book. I was having a blast. Like sometimes you get down in the trenches, and it's just like it's just work. But man, I've been having so much fun making this book.
So while having fun, sometimes every artist can't admit that they have a kryptonite. So what was your biggest struggle when working on this book, and how did you power through it, like a rock star, or on their fifth encore, or what? How'd you rock it?
uh, I definitely shy away from architecture.
Oh.
Interior, exterior, just bores me to tears, right? But
Hey, honest, honest shit right there. Feel you.
what I've been doing is I dusted off my 3D skills, right? I had like a semester of 3D graphics in college, and I've been like reteaching myself over the last year, and like I've touched it on and off, over time, but I've been really like reteaching myself, and I just was like, I can just build all these rooms. Any rooms that are giving me trouble, any buildings that are giving me trouble, I can model this in a day
Yeah.
or less, and then just use that and draw over the models that I made because it's mine,
Yes, I
right?
get you. Yeah, yeah.
And it has been just this huge boon. Like I can't even explain how awesome it's been.
Yeah, it's nice when you find a shortcut or something that help you along in the process of your creativity. Hell yeah, especially something that's tedious to you like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Let me tell you, I've been modeling. I modeled her bedroom just to have it, right? I modeled the hangar. where the robot is. I
Okay.
modeled all three robots. No, four or five robots.
All right.
Um, Helicopter, the
You,
cockpit.
I'm hearing this guy. Yeah, God forbid he gets a 3D printer. There won't be enough stuff in the world for him to stop printing.
Nope. And it's just it's like magic. It's like the light in the cave,
That's
right?
amazing.
Because in the past I have to just hunt and hunt and hunt for good reference online, or go out and take reference that might be useful, or get my friends together, or whoever's willing to help me take pictures and do it that way. But then with the robots, especially, like I I went off when I was designing them. I'm just just drawing and drawing and drawing and having a good time. But then you gotta make a comic, and you gotta make it look interesting. You can't just have the robot, you know, like this, in every panel. You gotta have angles. You gotta have them doing stuff. You gotta have them
Yeah.
look interesting. So you gotta make your panels look good. And I was like, I'm gonna model the robots, and I can pose them in 3D. Use those as the references.
Nice.
So the robots in every panel look clean, right? No shortcuts, no BSery through certain details, right?
No shenanigans up in
No
this thing.
shenanigans. Just every panel with a robot in it is correct, 100% correct. Just
Fire.
looks great, and I can be proud of it. I can say, yeah, that's how that robot looks. That's how he would look doing that, or shooting that rifle, or holding that sword, or looks awesome.
See, I want to ask you what's going on this page because you had mentioned that she kind of got this as an offshoot, right? But this page, and especially that bottom, that her eyes, what's going
Hmm.
on there? What's in her head in that moment?
She is the designer, right? She's the engineer, the lead designer, programmer, engineer,
Okay.
and but she wants to fight. She wants to be a pilot, and she's looking at this robot she built, this cutting edge machine that she built, and she's thinking, "Damn, I want to be in there."
You did a
I,
great job of emoting that, bro. 'Cause that's why I found this to be powerful. Because right there, the way you did the eyes and it's the position of them and the way she's slightly looking up, like that says so much.
thank you. Yeah, so I really wanted to communicate that, and I had music that I was listening to for that specific shot too. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the song playing during that scene.
He went through a new metal song for that position. And I hear you must have been listening to some really rocked out stuff, man. And look at this page. Wow, bro, what's going on here, son?
Well, here is where she's in the training simulator, and it's triggering her PTSD because she had some
Ooh.
trauma that she's dealing with, and she's trying to push through, and she hits the wall, and it's not pretty. I'll say that.
And the PTSD isn't. So yeah, so for doing that, that's awesome, brother. Again, this is powerful. Your colors and everything is just fire. And you even did your own lettering too.
Hmm.
Damn, bro. Diablo, bro. Yeah, a one man team. So what's Redline Comics then? Because that's your baby
Yeah, it's
publishing
my
brand.
baby. Yeah, it's my
Excellent.
brand.
So what came first? Was it Heavy Metal Queen? Was it Redline? Was it Redline before you even started touching, and getting into the biz?
Well, I came up with a red line with Magdalene Vasalis uh, in, I want to say, 2013, 2012, 2013.
Okay.
We had kind of had a working name up until that point, but then we were like, no, we need something better than that.
Shit.
So we came up with Redline, and our first book was titled Stronghold, which I still want to finish. I'm about 2, 3 issues away from finishing that one. That's another interview.
And
But
again, and are those all self-published through Redline, or they
hmm
crowdfunded?
yeah, those are all self-published through Redline. We
So
did
okay,
crowdfund
look at that. Nice.
volume one of Stronghold back in like 2014, I want to say
Wow.
2013, 2014.
Oh wow, that's years
And
ago at this point,
yeah, that
kiddo.
was a long time ago. So, but that was cool because
Kickstarter was a baby.
yeah, that was cool because we had the first three issues done,
Nice.
and that was the pitch, right? Because a lot of comic Kickstarters is like, we just need this much money and we'll make the book and it'll be done in one day.
Yeah.
But for us, it was we've done the first three issues. We just need your help to print them,
Were you
right?
successful in
Yeah,
that
we
first campaign?
funded.
Nice, nice,
It
nice.
went
That
well.
must have felt good. So why not continue that route if you saw at least success with that first book?
We just had things kind of we went to fund our second volume and that didn't pan out.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
So we started, just trying other things. We branched out,
gotcha,
and but we're still close friends.
gotcha. Oh, of course,
And
and I still creating awesome stuff. But look at your book. I mean, look at this panel stuff here too. Oh
yeah,
man, the badassery that is coming down those stairs right there, or that plank, yo. I mean, holy shit, bro. Look at their faces. I ain't messing around with these ladies, dude.
yeah, yeah. So I had to make them look real intense. When these guys show up, when the sisters show up, it's over, right? Like whatever you were doing, it is over. They're taking you out.
Oh,
So
you're done.
everybody knows.
Oh shit. All right. So if they're there, you're done. If you see them, you're done.
If you see them, it's already too late, right?
Shit. Man, I'm just gonna keep my head down and pray. I didn't look at you, I swear. Yeah, and I love that. I love your panel uses, man. You can definitely tell you are a comic fan too, because you definitely breaking down the panels nice. It's eye candy. Everything flows really nicely, bro.
Thanks. I've
Very
had a lot
nice.
of practice. I've been making a lot of books. So I've got 10, I want to say 10 or 11 issues of Stronghold, and then I got another book called
Nice.
Ride. I'm working on issue 4. That's still coming. If anybody's wondering where that's at, uh, cause I got people invested. I got people invested on the first 3,
Yeah.
so 4 is coming. But
I,
when I got the idea for Heavy Metal Queen, I had to do it. Like I was like, I gotta get it done. So when the inspiration hits, you gotta go after it. But I'm always looking for panel layouts and compositions and things that I haven't personally come up with. I'm looking for anything I can get my hands on that's like, that's dope. I gotta borrow that, or I gotta adapt that, or I gotta try something like that. And I'm like trying to see how experimental I can be, right? Because you want to try new things, and but you don't want to lose the reader, right? You don't want to go so esoteric with
yep.
your layout that people can't tell what order they're supposed to read in. So I'm always trying to push that in terms as a designer, like panel layout, lettering stuff, and letterers, like full time, like professional letterers, will tell you don't do that.
Yes, they will.
if they notice the lettering, you're doing it wrong. So I'm always trying to find that line of playing, following the rules, but bending them a little bit, and seeing how I can use lettering as design and panel design as as pushing the boundary or whatever. But it's so much fun, and I'm always looking to see if I whatever comics I see online or whatever comics I pick up at the store, and see like how they lay out this page, because
Hmm.
the challenge is getting the as the amount of information you want to get on the page in one page, right? A lot of times you think, oh, I can get all that into one page, and then you start doing the layouts, and you're like,
Yeah, hell no.
I don't know, I'm gonna make another page. Okay. But then you go read, somebody writing Superman or writing Spider-Man or some of these other books like Wicked and the Divine or one of these other Image comics. I like to keep up with what they're doing, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And see like, oh, I like this. Like they actually managed to get 5-6 panels like stacked right on top of each other, or they managed to do this. Did have one guy a while back tell me, I was showing him my stuff. This is pre-Heavy Metal Queen. He was really impressed with how many panels I got onto a page. I think it was like 11 panels.
Damn, 11.
And,
That's old school, bro.
and how I was able to keep it readable, you know.
Excellent.
And
Yeah, that's a lost art, bro. Paneling like that is a lost effing art, in my
yeah,
opinion. Not many people could do it right, but when it's done right, shit, bro. It's
yeah,
very, and I'm just showing this too for folks to know. I mean, they can also, it's available on Amazon right now, right? They can also should be able to get it at your website, no?
mm, it's the digital version
Okay.
is on Gumroad.
Okay, so
And
Gumroad got the digital version, and folks, that's it right there. So
so
you
if
can
you like to
also
read on your iPad or your tablet, the Gumroad link is right there. But
gotcha.
if you want to hold the book in your hands,
Yeah, you want to
you
smell
can,
that ink?
yes sir, you can get it off Amazon.
Man, I dig it. And folks over here, look, you should be able to get this for them a day, 2 day Prime. You got
It
Prime, you get
ships
that baby in 2 days.
fast.
Come on
It
now.
ships fast. I was surprised because I have a couple of friends who bought it. Tell me, yo, I ordered it like yesterday, and it's here, or I ordered 2 days ago, and it's here. And I was like, whoa, really? Because
Good.
with printing, print on demand, you expected, it might take 3, 4, 5 days, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. So you can get it before the
Excellent.
week is out if you order it.
So would you recommend, again, being that you're going on that independent publishing route, and I mean indie, like you really indie, man.
Indie,
Individual doing everything.
indie.
You gotta take an indie to mean an individual is doing everything dolo. I love it, love it. So, would you recommend Amazon and this print on demand to creators as well? What do you
Yeah.
think? Positive experience?
Honestly, because I did shop around, and they're the best game in town in terms of quality and price, like balanced out. Like
Okay.
my next choice would be Kablam printing, especially if you want like a saddle stitch printing. Like if you're printing like a 22,
Ooh.
like a traditional kind of 22-page comic book or 24-page comic book, and you want that saddle stitch,
Hmm.
definitely go Kablam.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, because I got proofs from both. The book is so thick that even ordering from Kablam, it's still got that fat spine like a
Gotcha.
magazine because it's just a beefy issue
Yeah,
one.
she
So
beefy. She thick. She thick. Just
she
like
thick.
just like mama. You know what I mean? At the heavy metal queen herself. Come on, baby. Shit.
Yeah,
She a thick book, and people need to add this to their collection like ASAP. So again, get that print copy. Go to Amazon right now, folks. Order it. You heard his friends got that in a snap. So show the love to truly independent creator like my man here. You can also visit the website at Camilo Art, baby. All right. Listen, everything is in the show notes. I make things easy for everybody. You know that. You can
yeah.
follow my man on Bluesky, on Facebook, Gumroad, like you said, for those digi copies. And everything's in the show notes. So Kev, what's up for you for 2025? Are you going to do any conventions? Are we going to see you anywhere? Get some signed copies of this baby? Get some commissions going? Like, what's popping? What's on the schedule?
So I'm easing back in. I've been off the convention circuit, but I'm easing back into like the East Coast action. I got a small show coming up in Richmond. Let me find a name real quick. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, and what, what,
Let's
what,
see.
what made what made you take a step back while you were fair? What made you take a step back from the convention scene?
COVID.
Oh. Yeah, that stopped everybody going from conventions, man.
Yeah, and I've been thinking, last couple of years, like, do I want to go back? And uh, people are like, oh, we out here at ECC, we out here at New York Comic Con, we out here, and then the next week, I got COVID, y'all. Go get
Yeah,
tested.
that shit happened. That shit happened to me when I went to MegaCon when they finally opened back up in Florida. I was in Florida at the time, and they did it. I said, "All right, bet." I had my mask and all, and
Yeah,
gloves and all. But then, a lot of creators I knew were there, so they see me. because I was boothing with Geek Fest. Oh, ow, giving me hugs and all.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, when I get home, I see a post. Well, it was still Twitter, so a tweet from one of the creators says, "Hey, if I saw you, please get yourself checked because I have COVID." I'm like, "You mother!" And let me tell you that within a day, I thought I was gonna
Yeah.
die.
Because con crud has always been a thing,
Yeah,
right?
but Conqueror with COVID, you don't want that.
Whew. No,
You
because I
well,
remember 20 15, 16, I forget which one it was. I was in New York Comic Con, and just as like a creator pass walking around,
yeah.
and this is pre-COVID, and I didn't get to go Sunday because
Uh,
I was in bed. I was laid out.
yeah.
I
Once you
did
get to a
not
certain
get to go
age,
Sunday.
well, yeah. That listen, there's always that convention in your life that you say, okay, I think it's time for me to slow down. Mine was PAX East. I went with my daughter
Oh man, I
several
gotta
years
go.
ago. When I listen, I never went to a video game convention before. This was huge. Let me tell you, man. When my daughter said, "Hey, Marky Pryor panel, do you want to go see him?" I said, I don't know who the fuck this Marky Pryor is, but if it means I get to sit the hell down, let's go,
Yeah,
please, please."
right.
Yeah. Even when this shit was over, she said, "You, are we gonna leave?" I said, "Just give me an extra minute, please,
Yeah,
please."
for what? I'm good. Yeah.
Yo,
So,
for real.
um, it's if you're in Richmond, Virginia, it's Comic Arts Richmond,
Okay,
and
cool, cool.
that is going to be March 22nd.
Oh, all right. So not this weekend coming, but the
So coming
next.
very soon, and then we always got. I'm a local dude, so I rep the local scene. So we've always got the Richmond Comic Cons, the Virginia Comic Cons. I'm
Nice.
almost always though at those, and I try to do Heroes Con, every year that I can. So I'm gonna try to be there this year, and anybody who follows me will know for sure. And what else we got? Baltimore, and we got
I'm dying to go to
swinging.
Baltimore. I really want to go to Baltimore. I haven't done that at all. And also, what was it? The Dragon Con is another one I want to do.
Yeah, I haven't done Dragon Con yet. I
I
want to
hear
do
it's
Dragon
great.
Con.
I hear it's so good. And I also
Yeah,
want to do, what was that? BlurCon. I want to try
where's
that
that?
too. Oh man, hold on. Now you got me looking. 'Cause I started seeing pictures started popping up. BlurCon. Oh, I see. Yeah, it
Yeah,
passed. Yeah,
yeah, that's in Northern
one
Virginia. That
sec.
was just this weekend. I
Yeah,
just missed it.
man. Yeah,
I got to
I
do that
wish.
next year.
Yeah, me too. Cause I hear they know how to party. It's 3 day, 24. It's anime, gaming, cosplays, everything. It's the culture, baby. You
Yeah,
got music, everything. So it's like right
yeah,
up
yeah.
my lane. Hell yeah, bro. Let's go. East
Um,
Coast, get down, baby.
that's right. I don't know if I'm ready for New York yet. That show's so big. I know I'm gonna bring something back.
Bro,
So
I think it's a good show. Because you're a publisher, but you're
yeah,
also an artist. Is like if I were you, kind of sell more on the side of I'm an artist, get you into that artist alley.
yeah,
The small publishing, it's cool area and all, but the traffic is not the same
yeah,
as an artist alley.
yeah. It'd be an arts alley table.
Yeah,
Um,
artist alley. I think that New York Comic Con is one of the best artist alley in the past couple of years that I've seen.
yeah, wow.
Long time, yo. The past maybe 2 3 years that I've gone is like, yo, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's so much love to
Hmm.
that fan show there. Like it has more foot traffic there than even the show for itself. Sometimes they're like, whoa, that's
Wow.
love to the creators. That's what we want to see. Because again, it's Comic Con, not Movie Con.
Hmm.
So let's
Right.
celebrate our creators out there. You know,
Yeah,
like my
New
man
York's
right
a
here,
lot of
yeah,
fun.
future star right here, Kevin. I mean, you're right. I mean, you are a star, but I mean, as a one man army corps, like you are the real life OMAC now. Now you gotta go to Mohawk and shit and do all this stuff, bro. That's why we gotta see you, with Brother I and start fighting robots yourself. Let's get it done. The amazing Kevin Roberts right here, folks. You know what it is? Again, one more time, visit the website, camiroart.com. Buy a copy again. Go to Amazon. Get that print copy again. It gets to your house like this, and especially if you got Prime. All right,
Right.
and it's only $12. Support
Can't beat it.
Anthony. You heard him. One man army, right? Doing everything himself. So, great example of what a creator, I mean, that gets focused can really rock out. I mean, I'm impressed, man, because the book is beautiful. I can't wait to finish the story, and I definitely will get back to you on that. Do review on Comic Crusaders, you know what I mean? But check him out. Follow all over the socials right there in Bluesky again, IG, Facebook, he everywhere. All the links are below. But show love and support the independent creators like Kevin again. They are the future of this industry. And again, be impressed. One man army call. I haven't spoken to many of you. I think you're probably the third creator I've ever spoken to out of my 545 podcasts that has been in the like solo one man show. So wow, you're
Man.
definitely part of it. You said the word niche before. You're definitely part of that niche group of talented individuals. Then, well, salute to you, bro. All right. And so with that, man, you know what it is. Thank everybody that tuned in. Thank you for being shy as usual. Nice chiming in. I see you. I see the numbers of the people that watch. So I really do appreciate you guys do take the time to watch, hang out. Hopefully you get some good tips from amazing creators like Kevin. We're the Comic Crusaders, baby. Check it out, comiccrusaders.shop. You know what it is. Everything's in the show notes too. I make it easy for everybody. You'll find us everywhere and anywhere. And with that, hasta la próxima, baby. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.